Today we have with us Mr. Mukesh Jha, co-founder and CEO of Autowale.in. The company was started in 2010 by Mr. Jha and his friend Mr. Janardhan. So let us know more about his entrepreneurial journey from Mr. Mukesh himself. Sir, can you please tell us some the brief about the company and the challenges that you have faced till now?
Sure. So I'll probably start with the journey. So Janardhan and I, we are both batchmates from IIM Indore Campus. We both graduated in 2002. I straight away jumped at computer software industry, and I mainly work in the databases and data analytics side of things in Asia Pacific, mainly in Australia and Singapore. Nearly most of my career in the telecom and banking vertical. And Janardhan, after graduating from IIM Indore, was working with MIT Media Labs Asia for a year, and then he joined the computer software industry as well. He was working in North America and Canada in the mobile payment space. In the later half of his corporate career, Janardhan worked. He actually was doing entrepreneurship within Infosys. He raised $500,000 from the then board. He was doing a product development with a 20-member team. For some reason, the product could not go live, and that's when Janardhan wanted to do more than just a corporate career. At the same time, I was also I wanted to experiment with my professional life as well than a simple computer software job. And that's when we got together and we started exploring what can we do. So location-based services was quite hot. This is basically 2009 and 2010 first half. LBS was very, very hot. We had like 6 ideas. We spent more than a quarter evaluating, doing market research of all the 6 ideas to figure out which was the best idea that we wanted to work on. And even before finalizing the idea that we wanted to work on, we had some ground rules. So some of them were, the ground rules were, we wanted to solve an Indian problem. We wanted to create mass impact, something that used technology and something that we could build very quickly instead of taking 3 years to build it. And Autowale came out as the idea we wanted to focus on, and that's how Autowale started. In terms of the challenges that we faced with Autowale, I think so basically a dial a rickshaw, click a rake, book a rickshaw online kind of a concept is what we wanted to build right from the beginning. The biggest problem we faced was that the ecosystem was not created at all. So drivers did not understand a service like this. It was mainly around creating the ecosystem which did not exist. So convincing the drivers that customer service is something which is extremely important, doing the dead miles and reaching to the customer and then doing starting the meter in front of the house of the customer, things like that the drivers did not understand. Also as a company, I think we also did not understand how to build a platform business. So in 2010 we had a model which completely flopped because we were just trying to build customer side value. Often we just get lost in building value for the customer. Ideally we should start identifying the stakeholders first, and after identifying the stakeholders, then we should the plan should have values for all the stakeholders. Otherwise, it will not work, and that's what happened to us. So 2010 did not work for us at all. So the biggest challenge that we have had is mainly creating the ecosystem and making sure that the paradigm shift of the driver happens. And once we were successfully able to do that, we could see a lot of traction from the driver community and reach out to 100,000 plus customers.
Okay, so what are the major pain points that you're trying to address using Autowale?
Sure. So I think technology has evolved a lot. A lot of the verticals in our day-to-day lives use technology extensively, right? But commute hasn't really experienced so much of usage of technology compared to the other aspects of other business, other verticals I can say. So when we started the company, the whole idea was that we build smart commuting solutions, using which will solve commute-related issues using technology. So when we focused on Autowale, we basically wanted to build the communication layer. Is the layer through using which the customers and drivers can communicate with each other is what we wanted to build. And so that's the biggest pain point I think for the customer side of things is how do we bring convenience? How do I package the existing infrastructure on the road, the inefficient infrastructure on the road, and make it more efficient and package it in the form of a good service, which is convenient, reliable, and safe for the customers, and also price efficient.
How do you rate these three, like reliability, convenience, and safety?
Right. So when we started, we the topmost value prop we thought for our customers was convenience, because you could sit at home and order a rickshaw. Right? like we order a meal now, right? But over time, what we realized is that 65% of our customers were females. So we reached out to them because we wanted to understand why they, used us so much. And what they said was, extremely insightful to us. They used us because they felt safe in our auto rickshaws. They said, there are cab companies as well, and they provide great service as well. We get AC, 4 people can sit, we have room for luggage and all, but we prefer auto wale because we feel safe in your rickshaws. Because rickshaw is open from all sides, our drivers are coming from a trusted source, like auto wale drivers are coming from trusted source. They have been with auto wale for so long, so the females feel safe. So as of now, the topmost value prop is safety. Second is convenience, and third is actually reliable and safe are same. Assured ride. So second is assured, like that there is an auto that will wait for me, that will be there for me. And third is convenience. You don't mind stepping out and going 100 meters, but the rickshaw comes all the way to your doorstep. Is an extra bit of convenience for you.
So female passengers are the major chunk of your customers.
Yeah, most of the ride that happens on our platform is other females who are using us for going to office, going to colleges, doing the family core, the shopping, whatever, taking the parents to the hospital.
So what was the strategic reason for choosing auto and not preferring the cabs? And along with that, choosing the city Pune as well?
Right. So I think 2009, 2010, when we wanted to start something like this, we were looking at mainly commute solution problems, right? Commute problems, and we wanted to use technology to solve it. And when we finalized on auto wale, because Meru was a very strong brand at that point in time, and we did not want to just build another Meru. We are not a Me Too company. We wanted a strategic thing for ourselves and something that will have mass impact. The value prop that we have is not only for the customer side, but also for the drivers, right? And India moves on autos. India doesn't move on cabs. Unfortunately, we don't have a great public transport system. We don't have the AC Volvos that are there, I think, in Bombay. We don't have the local of Mumbai everywhere else, right? So India moves on autos, and hence autos. And why a city like Pune? I think Janardhan and I have been based in Pune. We find Pune as a great city. Infosys started in Pune. And more than that, the first auto rickshaw of India started in Pune, right? Pune has the highest density of auto rickshaw every 1,000 people in the whole country. And the pain point that we wanted to address also was prevalent in Pune. So Pune seemed like a very good city, and we realized that instead of going to a very big city like say Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore, where you'll get a lot of good PR as well, let's really build the right model here in Pune. And if it works in Pune, we'll most likely have all the tier 2s and parts of tier 1 covered as well. Yes.
And so, as you mentioned that you failed the first time with
Sure.
the value proposition for the drivers.
Correct.
So what currently is your value proposition that you are offering to the drivers that creates this hold up that they want to stay with you? Stick with
Sure,
you?
sure. So initially when we started in 2010, the value prop for the driver was that you wait on the road and pick up a customer, we will generate online leads to you and give it to you, as and when we get it. So we were not assuring them, the drivers, that I'm going to give you 20,000 rupees of business every single month. I was saying, when I generate a lead, I'll pass it on to you. So what that essentially meant was we scaled a lot on the driver side, even before scaling a lot on the customer side. So we were able to push between 3 to 5 leads every single driver every single month, which was not good enough for the driver to stay connected to the platform. Compared to what we have today is, we try for some period with the driver and figure out his appetite, and then we pass on the right package to him. So let's say if I realize, this driver can at max run 80 kilometers a day, chances are he can probably earn 15 to 20,000 only. But then there are some drivers who want to earn, who run as much and also want to earn between 25,000 to 30,000. Somebody wants to earn between 30 and 35. Somebody wants to earn above 40,000. So we work with the drivers for some time, do that identification, and then we pass on the right package to the driver. So typically, let's say if a driver has an appetite to earn close to 25,000 rupees, we enable them in our platform. So they earn 25,000 from us, and then we keep the 2,500, 10% of that, and they take home 22,500. But that is the money that they earn only from Auto Valley platform. While working for us, they also earn some more, close to 5,000 to 6,000 rupees. So overall, they earn 30,000, 31,000, and they share 2,500 with us, which is our net revenue. And the relationship. So basically, the revenue assurance And also things like we package the demand. We get a lot of advanced booking. We package the demand in a way so that we minimize the dry run. And also the pickup time between two pickups. The wait time between two pickups is also reduced. So it's because of the revenue forecast and the reduced dead miles and reduced wait time between two pickups are the value props for the drivers to stick to the platform.
Okay, and sir, in India we have lot many such pain points present. So what would your advice be to budding entrepreneurs who want to venture out into this?
Right. So I think at the core level, it's very important to realize why are you doing what you're doing. There are a lot of pain points. One could start looking at any and every pain point. But in the first generation entrepreneur journey, there comes a lot of tough times. And unless the motivation to solve a certain pain point is really strong enough, it will be very difficult to for the entrepreneur to stay on and fight and to fight till they really get to certain levels. So finding the right motivation, right reason is very, very important. Entrepreneurship is not at all an easy journey. It's a very, very tough journey. It's a very tough journey. It's not for the weak-hearted. They should rather have a safe job and enjoy life. But for the guys who are a little passionate, who really want to contribute, add value, derive value, create wealth, create jobs, things like that, entrepreneurship is an amazing thing. Like for me, when I sit with some of my drivers and I ask them for how has life changed for them, some of them tell me that they were driving someone else's rickshaw as against to now they own 3 rickshaws. Somebody comes and says, I have 2 rickshaws and I also have a car which works for radio cab companies, which I'm fine with. Somebody has a house in Sasur, somebody has the children studying in English medium schools. So these are very, very strong positive impact that we've been able to create. On the driver side of things. On the customers, there are many females who choose us. They get pregnant, they call us because they want to travel. They want to be assured of an auto waiting at their doorstep. We'll take them in a slow fashion to the office. There are old age homes that rely completely on us. They call us whenever they have to go to the hospital, whenever they have to do social rounds and all. So those are really strong, positive, impactful situations or whatever validations that have come that are outcome of what we've done. So similarly, an entrepreneur, whoever wants to be an entrepreneur in whatever space, the motivation has to be really clear as in why they are doing what they are doing. And instead of just focusing on a fancy mobile app using which people are trying to get a lot of traction, there are a lot of problems, real life problems in India that we can really focus on and solve. So
you really have a good value proposition for customers also.
Correct.
So when you got this idea initially, it must have been very hard to convince the VCs. Can you give us a brief about how did you convince them and what are the funds raised till now?
Sure. So in terms of what are the funds raised, we've raised close to 700,000 so far, and which has basically helped us scale to this level. So we have now more than 100,000 customers who have used us. We have 30,000 active customers. We've registered 1,300 plus drivers so far in the platform. We've done a successful pilot in the Bangalore and just waiting for the next round of funds to come to a commercial launch. That's what we've done with the 700K that we raised so far. Actually, we have some left in the bank still. And in the next round, we want to raise close to $1.5 million to 2 million, where we'll potentially go very deep in Pune and also most likely Bangalore. Start a commercial launch in Bangalore and scale to a certain depth. In terms of convincing the VCs, I think convincing the VCs is never easy. So we have had a lot of angel rounds. HNIs have invested a lot of money. It has not been easy, but instead of just doing concept selling, we had to do a lot of work ourselves, make sure we had the right data on paper. This was actual data in terms of how many drivers are working with us, how many customers am I servicing every single day, and it was that data which we took to our the investors, and they saw those numbers and they saw the market potential, and they were more than excited to just support us. We've also sort of used the startup competition platforms very efficiently. We've won some of them, and through that also we've been able to raise some capital, which has been good.
We are really expecting AutoWallet.in to be the next big thing talked about in Pune and all over India.
Sure.
And thank you for sharing all the insights with us.
Sure. I'll potentially just add one more thing. So instead of just being the company that gets talked about, my vision is basically build this as a platform which can be plugged to the other Travel 2.0, Travel 3.0 companies. So we have the successful Redbus company, right? So why can't AutoWallet be clubbed to the Redbus platform? So as a customer, I can just go online on one website and book a bus, and the end point journey is being executed by Autovale. Why not the same thing on Make My Trip? Why not the same thing on Book My Show, on thehousing.com, on NH7 Weekender event, or any big restaurant that offers some great experience. So my rickshaw takes a customer from home all the way to the restaurant. They have a good dining experience. They come back home on Autovale. So I want to build this as a platform and plug it to all of these and be the logistics guy, logistics company for all of these services and experiences.
That's the vision that Autovale got in this.
That's where we would like to be, in a few years' time.
The end-to-end journey.
Yes.
For our customers.
Yes.